After yesterday's loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, Jason Kidd decided to just double down on how he felt about this roster, Tim Hardaway Jr., and what he thinks are keys to success for this team moving forward to potentially win a championship. How's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news in everything Mavericks related. And before we get started, 85.3% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed, and every day that number goes down, and I appreciate you guys. But we're dropping new videos back to back. We're almost at 5K, where we will be going live for all the Mavericks games, and you don't want to miss a single thing we do, so make sure you hit subscribe. But just like I said the other day after yesterday's loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, Jason Kidd, I don't know how much longer he has with this organization. The fans are fed up, and no doubt that ownership and the other people in the front office have to notice as well that he just isn't really doing much with a very talented team. You have a team with Kyrie Irving, who's putting up MVP caliber numbers. Some people say yesterday wasn't a great game for him, and we'll dive into that later, but he's putting up MVP caliber numbers. So is Luka Doncic, who it seems like every game he's breaking records and setting new heights in his career, as well as a great, amazing cast in PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derrick Lively. We got Tim Hardaway Jr. Jokes aside, we have Dante Exum, Derrick Jones Jr., Josh Green, Jaden Hardy. The list goes on. The team is very talented, and with the right coach, you could get better results. But Jason Kidd just may not be the coach for this team. But let's go into what he had to say after yesterday's loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. Jason Kidd on Tim Hardaway Jr.'s impact. Timmy's struggling. We know that. Our job is to get him open shots. Try to get him some easy ones. When you're playing the opponent, they're not just going to let him shoot. We have to continue to put him in a position to be successful. And okay, I agree with you. As we all know, Tim Hardaway Jr. is a shooter. He is a high volume shooter with extreme confidence to just let it fly from anywhere. Me and my friends, we call him Chuck because he likes to chuck the ball. But it can be a detriment to your team. When he's hot, he's hot. We saw in the first half of the season where he was in the running for Sixth Man of the Year. He was a spark plug off the bench, an easy bucket. But just like Tim Hardaway Jr. and the Tim Hardaway Jr. that me and you both know, you live by him or you die by him. Lately, we've been dying by him. The three ball is not falling. He's not playing efficient basketball. And I get what Jason Kidd's saying, that, you don't want to turn your back on this guy. We have to make sure that the game is easier for him. Some people believe that, it was the trade deadline. Getting PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford might have messed with the rotations or his mojo or whatever you want to, attribute it to. Something's changed drastically since the trade deadline in terms of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s production and just ability to score and be productive. As we saw from last night, he was 0 of 6 from the three-point line. And I'm glad he wasn't 0 of 9 because we saw a couple of those in the past few games where he just shoots the ball. He's a high-volume shooter. But in 15 minutes of action, he was 1 of 8 from the floor, 0 of 6 from 3. Only had 1 assist to his name, -6 in the plus-minus box, and only 2 points. And that's just unacceptable from a veteran and a player like Tim Hardaway Jr., who we know who he is, and we know the best Tim Hardaway, and we also know the worst Tim Hardaway. And right now, it seems like we're getting the worst Tim Hardaway. And a player of his tenure and his longitude in the league, you would think that he would have a little bit more control on his consistency, and I understand. Players will have bad games. Players will have bad nights. Even great players can have bad nights. But for someone who's not a starter, someone who's just coming off the bench and is a shooter, you would think that 1 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 9 from the floor while shooting 0 of 6 from 3? And you're a veteran? It doesn't make sense to me. So with that quote, Jason Kidd, I get it. I'm glad that you understand that he's having a rough time. But what are we going to do to try to fix this? Do we give him less minutes? Do we give him a few DNPs to let Jaden Hardy finally have some run? It seems like we haven't seen Jaden Hardy since before the trade deadline. Something needs to happen with Tim Hardaway Jr., and a good coach would know exactly what to do. And I'll give Jason Kidd, props. You only played him 15 minutes as opposed to 25 minutes. But that felt like 15 minutes too many. And as well, he goes on to say, Jason Kidd on working through the struggles. He says, my job is to put the guys in that can help us win and who are playing. But you never turn your back on someone if they're struggling. Timmy's struggling. We know that. We have to continue to put him in a position to be successful. And I'll give Jason Kidd credit. That is what you should say about a player. And I'll give him more credit. He is saying the right things, but your words mean nothing if you're not following up with action. What do you plan on doing? And obviously, you're not going to tell the media all the secrets and the in and outs of your coaching, but are we going to see a different role for Tim Hardaway Jr.? Will we see a lineup change, a rotation change, less minutes, more minutes? In my opinion, you play him 10 to 15, but you have to go deeper in your bench. That means Maxi's probably going to lose some minutes too. I want to see some AJ Lawson. I want to see some Jaden Hardy, please. A little bit less of Josh Green, because Josh Green really hasn't been playing that well lately. But Derrick Jones Jr., he definitely deserves more minutes. As he showed us yesterday against the Philadelphia 76ers, my man scored 21 points and was very efficient with it too. And as a coach, I understand he's not out there, running the plays. He's not out there taking those shots. I get that. But as a coach, it is your job to know who on the floor is being productive, who's out there that's a plus for us and who's a minus, and you make those changes on the fly. This team right now, I believe, sitting at the 7th or 8th seed, we'll probably peak at the 6th seed at most. I truly believe. But more than likely, we're going to be in the play-in picture, and that's a one-and-done deal. Depending on where you are, you might have to play 2 games if you're the 7th or 8th seed. But if we're somehow the 9th or 10th seed, that's a one-and-done. Where if you lose one, you're out. Otherwise, we got to win 1, maybe 2, regardless. In that, if we're in the play-in picture, that's probably where Coach Kidd got to coach even better, because you can't afford to lose or you're out and the whole season was a waste. And again, with a team this talented, we shouldn't be having these struggles. But this is the quote that Coach Kidd wanted to give us that really made me I'm sorry, you are now Coach Mid. For saying what I'm about to show you guys, this man's now Coach Mid. Jason Kidd describes Tim Hardaway Jr. as a player the Dallas Mavericks need to win a title. We trust and need Timmy if we want to win a championship, and I'm sorry. I know as a coach, you have to say the right things. You have to show support for your players. You can't just bash them in the media. I get that. But you do not need to lie that hard on national television to all these reporters, to all these Mavericks fans, and I'm sorry. What was it, last year or a few years? No, it was about 2 years ago, right? Where we went to the Western Conference Finals, and we did not have Tim Hardaway Jr., so I'm not seeing where you're coming from, Jason Mid, Coach Mid. I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry. Maybe this is a bad basketball take, but this Dallas Mavericks team, the way they're playing right now, unless there's a big drastic change, this Dallas Mavericks team is not seeing the finals with Tim Hardaway Jr. Unless we get just the next 3 months of Timmy playing the absolute best, because we know he's up and down. If we can get 3 straight months of him being up, sure, exactly, because, it's you live by Tim Hardaway Jr. or you die by Tim Hardaway Jr. It's a very, very much of a gamble when you're trusting him night after night, where he can go 6 of 6 from 3 or 0 of 9 from 3. It's night and day, and I'm sorry, in the playoffs, is that really the gamble that we want to go with off the bench? A player who you don't know what you're going to get. You really don't. And by the time you realize what kind of Tim Hardaway Jr. you got tonight, it's too late. The other team ran up the score. We're in a deficit trying to make a comeback, and you're stuck trying to make adjustments. So with that quote, Jason Kidd, I'm sorry. Jason Mid, I gotta respectfully disagree, because I do not think Tim Hardaway Jr. will help this team win a championship, because I just haven't seen it yet. And it's just not what we need. I'm sorry. But Luka Doncic was also quoted on staying positive after a loss. He said, it's hard. When you lose games, it's hard. In the NBA, you've got another game in 1 or 2 days. You just have to bring that energy. And if you watch the game, then you saw how visibly just upset Luka was. It felt like he was going back to his old ways of just arguing with the ref, not getting back on defense. And I get it, his ankle. He's probably not even going to play in tomorrow's game. The official report hasn't come out yet, but I'm pretty sure Luka's going to be listed out, because he went down maybe twice holding that ankle, and we don't want to risk a major injury. I get it. But Luka's frustrated. There was a play, I'll try to find the video, but I remember yesterday there was a play maybe in the first or second quarter where Tim Hardaway Jr. just had a horrible play with the ball, and Luka yelled at him. I don't know what he said, but he was visibly upset. And if the players feel it, if the fans feel it, the front office has to feel it. Something needs to change. Just absolutely. But speaking of Luka Doncic, there is there's a little silver lining to all of this. That Dallas Mavericks superstar Luka Doncic was named Western Conference Player of the Month for February, averaging 33.4 points, 10.3 assists, and 9.6 rebounds with an 8-3 record. And when you put into perspective like that 8-3 record for the month of February, that's not bad. That makes things look better than what they really are. But when you put into context that we were on a 7-game win streak and then those losses came, like we lost 3 out of our last 4 games. We're trending down, and we want to make sure we can trend upward because we only have about 20, 21 games left. Every game matters. We need to treat every game like it's a playoff game and bring that intensity. I was in the military, and they always told us, you train how you fight. And if we can apply that same mentality to the Dallas Mavericks, if we practice how we win, then a lot of these problems will go away. And obviously, we can't make any trades. It would be dumb for us to fire Coach Kidd because I don't think there's a coach out there that we could get in right now to save this season or at least make things better. We got to just ride with Coach Mid for the remainder of the season into the playoffs. But come summertime, changes definitely need to be made if we're going to utilize and just use that window that we have for this Dallas Mavericks team, because in the next 4 or 5 years, who knows who's still going to be here. But that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you making this far to the video. I got a new camera. I got a new webcam. The field of view is a little bit bigger. Tell me how you like it. If you don't, I'll bring out the old camera. If you're rocking with the bigger view, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, check out our Discord, which is also in the description below. Until next time, y'all take care. Peace.